Hey people, it's Army here, and today I wanted to bring you a quick video on my early game dexterity class, the Wandering Samurai. So this build relies on you starting as the Wanderer class. Um, we've also picked up the Providential Ring for item discovery. Um, I've gone with a female character as well because I'm thinking of going down the route of having one of the female specific armors as well, such as the dull gold armor picked up in the Valley of Defilement. Um, yeah, basically, we've picked the Wanderer class because it's got a nice spread of stats, and also the strength isn't too low because surprisingly, if you want to be able to wield a katana like I'm using, you do actually need quite a bit of strength. So I'm going to talk you through the route that you need to take. Obviously, it's up to you whether you do the tutorial area, whether you take your time through this and pick up all the items or not, but I'm just going to show you where all the key items are and what you need to do. So, first of all, when starting any playthrough really, in Demon Souls, then you do have to start in Boletaria because you don't unlock leveling up until you've done World 1-1. So what you want to do is, there are items you can pick up here. These aren't really of any consequence, so we're just going to skip past this and keep going. We can juke these guys down the hole, and then when we've gone through this area, we'll have our first item that we want to pick up on our shopping list, so that'll be by here. And that'll be a bunch of fire bombs, and that's just going to help you with the first boss. So, lure these guys out of the way. Once you've picked up the fire bombs, we belt it straight up the steps. Try not to get nailed by absolutely everything. And if you notice what I'm doing there, if you roll at enemies, it will move them out of the way. So it will kind of budge them to one side if they're blocking you. Oh god. Or, you know, you can just fall off like that. Which is not what we meant to do. Well, at least it demonstrated there was 2 or 3 enemies which we basically just nudged out of the way. This guy will roll a boulder at you the first time, so you'll need to watch out for that. You'll want to kill this guy here. Because we are going to have to come back this way. We don't really need him chasing us. He'll also give us a couple of half-moon grasses, which are very useful at this point in the game. You'll then come in here, and there will be more fire bombs for you by here. Once you've done that, give this chance for the fire to fade. You're going to need to come down to this tower. This will unlock the first shortcut. You can cut down the items here. There'll be an item for Stockpile Thomas and also a set, which you may want to use the gloves because this set doesn't come with any gloves. You'll then want to go all the way down and unlock that mechanism down there. And in between the 2 gates will be the Cling Ring, which again is going to be very vital for the start of the game. So there's one more item, so actually 2 more items, sorry, on the checklist here that we need to pick up. So let's keep going. So you want to go through here. What am I doing? And if you jump down here, then here will be the Thief's Ring, and that will also be very useful coming into the next area. Wow. What? Okay, so you kill these in a world event with Ostrava, but it looks like once you've killed them once, they all decide to freeze on their butts. Right, okay. Okay. So, right, ignoring the silliness. Watch out for this guy. Subdued Knife, he's two-handing a claymore, so he's a bit more beefy in terms of the damage he can do to you. Okay, so ignoring all this bit here, peg your way up the stairs. Again, you may want to kill this guy. Up to you. Just to pick up the grass. Then you're gonna run over here and knock this. Still being chased. They should stop now. Okay, so you can jump over there. There are items if you can dodge around the dragons, but they're not essential for starting this build. So you're then going to pull this lever. This is what's going to open the boss door. And then this will be your final item that you want to pick up. This is another load of fire bombs. So what that's going to do is it's just going to make the first boss very easy for you. Now, if you haven't really picked up any souls and you're not really concerned, you can just die here. Or if you've picked up a Nexus shard from over by the dragons, you can obviously just use that to warp out. These guys will obviously drop you items if you want to kill them. And if we go down here, we'll unlock the final shortcut. And then you're free to go in and tackle the boss. And all you want to do is, when you're in the boss room, stand around here, put your fire bombs on, and just basically chuck them at the Phalanx until all his guards around him are no longer blocking his body. You can throw a couple of extras as well, just to help finish him off a bit quicker. And you just want to stay really tight to his body and keep attacking. And that'll be him done. You'll then be able to go back to the Nexus, speak to the Monumental, and then that will open in leveling up, and it will also open travel to other worlds. You don't actually need the Phalanx soul for anything unless you're planning to use the scraping spear. So what you can do is any soul items you've picked up, any souls you've acquired, the souls from the boss, and his actual soul item, you can use that to get you towards the requirements for the katana, which you'll be wanting to chuck on straight away. So if we have a look at the katana, then you'll have already the 13th dex required you need to wield this, but the strength requirement is actually 18. So what you'll want to do is obviously put some points into strength early on. Once you get 18, then you can start going back into health and dexterity. So use those items there, so you'll be able to use the katana sooner rather than later. So then you want to pick up the katana. And this is where your thief's ring will come in very handy. We're just going to stick it on here. Now you really want to take your time with the beginning of this area. So just kill these guys one at a time. Obviously you can pick up any other items that you want, but our main focus is 2 items that we want to pick up here for now. So as I said, take your time, make sure these rolling skeletons, you are really being quite slow, just baiting one at a time. If you have all of these guys chasing you, then the likelihood is you will just die. Let's take out this guy first. He is slightly weaker. You can also use those soul remains if they drop them as well, just to, because you could throw one of those and lure these guys out of the way, and then you can ignore them that way. What you got to remember as well is these guys are going to be strong, because this is not really the first area that's recommended for you to come to after doing World 1-1. Obviously the beauty of this game is you do have the freedom of going wherever you want. So obviously the main item we're going to want to pick up here is the katana. So this item you need to get past Vanguard, dodge him, and the item will be here. The reason we have the Thief's Ring as well as not aggroing all the skeletons straight away, it also will stop the manta rays clicking onto you so fast. Unless you're directly under them, they shouldn't really go for you. So the other item that you want to stick on here is just over here. We can leave those guys. So, and again, this is optional. You can drop down there and there'll be a key, and then if you go back on yourself and over the other side, you can see the wall over there. There is a merchant underground, and he will sell you the long and the short bow, which are both very useful for a dex class. So what we're going to do is we're just going to roll around here and then go straight over, and right by here will be the regenerator's ring. Now that ring will let you regen health just as you're walking around, so it will save you a lot of healing items in the long run. So if we just stick that on, our health will come up nicely. You've then got the option as well of going straight for the adjudicator, and again this is kind of totally up to you. So over here will be a lizard, which we'll kill while we're here. If you do plan to play online as well, you can run up here and cross that beam, and over there will be the Grave Robber's Ring. And if I just show you that as well, it becomes harder for you to be detected by Black Phantoms. So if you're going to play online and you don't want to be caught straight out when invading, then by all means you can stick that ring on. Okay, so what you're going to do then is, as I said, you can either just jump off the edge there or go back on yourself, or you can go in and fight the adjudicator. He's not too hard if you just stay close to his body, attack the blade and wait for his head to come down. It'll probably take about 3 tries with an early game weapon, in terms of 3 times of knocking him down, but after you've done that, you know, you're pretty much golden. If you do that as well, and you do buy the bow and save this merchant, he will also then appear here, and he will sell you light arrows, which are very useful, and you can use that then to have access to a very early and great farming spot. So all you do is just hit a few arrows at this guy, and then you get 4,500 souls, and you can do that on repeat. So your next quest really then is to unlock the upgrade paths for the katana. So to do that, we need to go back to the Nexus. As I said, at the moment we don't have warp in between stones until you kill your first archdemon, so we have to go back to the Nexus. And then you want to go to Stonefang Tunnel. Now it's up to you what you do here. You can use this as a bit of an opportunity to pick up some materials. There's not really any items as such that I specifically want to pick up for my dex build in this area. We're more going for unlocking the blacksmith. But any of these enemies here, if they have a bag with them, if you kill them, they will drop a load of either hard stones or sharp stones, which will be very helpful in leveling up your character. Okay, so let me see if I can... You just got to be quick there to bump past that miner there. We've gone down the wrong route. We want to go this way. You will have to do a big loop here, so it may be easier to die, so make sure you don't have any souls. So what you want to do is run across and get to that lever over there. Make sure you stay on this beam though, otherwise the bridge will collapse and you'll fall. You'll have to unlock the lever and then drop down and then go all the way back around in a big circle. Because doing that lever will unlock that gate here. And then once we've unlocked this this blacksmith, I'll show you the sort of final step that you need to do then. So let's just peg it across. If you're not too interested in going through the rest of this area, you can skip here as well. If you time your rolling right and you've got just enough health, you can roll across that lava, get straight to the boss. Okay, then you're going to come across here, turn this handle here, and then this will unlock the blacksmith for you.
If it be a blacksmith.
So the good thing with the katana is that you can immediately take this on to the sharp path. So you don't need to take it to +3 like some other paths. It can be on +0 and he will immediately allow you to upgrade this as long as you have bladestone shards. So I've taken this to +2 because early game this is the most reasonable thing you can do in terms of all you need is shards, so you don't need chunks. So altogether you're going to want to pick up 10 bladestone shards, and then you'll have a +2 sharp katana, and then you're ready to kind of tackle all the early game then. So what I'm going to do is, now we've unlocked the blacksmith, we've got our katana, I'm just going to show you where you are going to pick up your bladestones. And this is where the providential ring becomes in very handy. So we're going to stick our thief ring back on, and we're also going to stick our providential ring back on, and then we're going to go to the Shrine of Storms one more time. So level 1 in the sharp path is 4 bladestones, level 2 is 6 bladestone shards. So what you're going to want to do is go to the start of this area, as I've showed you. Make sure you are taking your time with this, and you're going to just basically kill the skeletons just in this starting area. And to be fair, if you've got this ring, the amount of skeletons you can get through quite easily, you should do this in no time. What you'll also notice is that these guys are dropping around 300 souls per one. So actually, by the time you have all your bladestone shards, you'll be pretty much at the point where you're able to get your stats exactly where you want them for starting out the game. Especially if you kill the adjudicator early as well. So just being careful here, making sure we're just pulling the one, because 2 of them early level are going to be a nightmare to deal with. nice if we could get a drop for the video. Okay, so you can either run back at this point and reset again at the archstone, or alternatively you can keep going and just make a full loop. And there's another 3 skeletons you can easily get to by here. So obviously this guy, melee again. Wait, he actually dropped 2 bladestone shards for us there. Okay, make sure these guys don't kill you. They'll probably both fall off. Fortunately, there's no plunge and attack on this game. But then all you do is then run back to the start and then reset the archstone. And I would say maybe 20 minutes, if that, you'll have enough materials. So you then go back to Stonefang Tunnel, level up your katana, and then you're good to go. So if I show you here, obviously this is a very early game build. It'll be good for just obviously tackling the enemies, PvE. If you wanted to do early game PvP, then that is an option as well for you. As I said, you would probably want generally to be running the Regenerators Ring and the Cling Ring, or co-op as well, potentially you could do. So if we look at the katana, we're getting decent damage output already on that. Even those skeletons, which are kind of trickier enemies, we're able to nearly one-shot them with a backstab. As I said, as an option, you can pick up a bow from the merchant in the Shrine of Storms. Again, we're getting decent damage from this as well. If you do kill the Adjudicator, once you've freed that merchant, he will also sell you light arrows. They're very cheap, they do decent damage, and they also don't take up a lot of your item burden. And then stat-wise, you need obviously to get to the 18 strength requirement, then you want to start putting level into your vitality. So I would go for obviously 20 vitality ASAP, your 18 strength, and then you can start putting levels into dexterity straight away. And then it'll just be a mix of going to vitality and endurance as you continue to level up, and then slowly putting some points into dexterity. Just notice here, but I've randomly put in a couple of extra points into strength. But again, another great dexterity weapon that you may want to use is the Penetrator Sword. Again, it has great scaling in dexterity, but it does require 22 strength. So I think that's what I was thinking at the time I was leveling up. But yeah, so that's it, guys. Also, just a note with the bow, I wouldn't take it past +3 for now. You probably would have picked up more than enough stones to level it up 3 times from the sack guys in Stonefang Tunnel. But when you get to +3, you also then have the option of changing it into a sticky version of the bow, and that will further increase its dexterity scaling. So take that just to +3 for now. And then when you get the spider stone shards, you've got the option of also making this more of a dex build bow. And Ed is happy to level that up for you. So yeah, that kind of wraps it up for your early game build. As I said, it's all about obviously picking up the weapons and the items you need just to get a good start to the game, and then you're kind of free to go wherever you want. And as I said, the purpose of this video also as well was just kind of, as I said, get an idea of what you guys want next with the series. So do you want a series with this character? Do you want me to just do some streams so we could maybe do some invasions with this character, or some co-op with you guys if that's what you like as well? Just let me know. As I said, we've also got the whole back catalogue digitally on the PS5 of the Souls series. So if you'd like to see some streams or some videos on the other Souls games running on PS5, just let me know in the comments. And as always, if you like the video, smash that button and subscribe for more, and I will catch you in the next one.